is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about Thon Maker, a guy that played for the Milwaukee Bucks. As most of you guys know that subscribed, I lived in Milwaukee at one point, and at the end of the day, it is good to see the team on top. But one piece that everybody thought was going to be a steal, everybody thought that they might have gamble, but it was a high risk or even a high risk, low reward, because Thon had the body, the swiftness, the length, and you look at the fact that Andre Drummond got traded, he got traded before the trade deadline, and they didn't really get much back. But what it did do is open up an opportunity for him to get more minutes, and he has been getting more minutes the last couple games since the trade. And this is those type of opportunities that you need to really showcase what you can do and take advantage of it. And we see a lot of guys take advantage of this type of situation when this is my time, and if you really want it and you have the opportunity, you have to go out there and impress the fans, impress the judge, impress the media, so that way they can get behind you. Because remember, Thon right now is not nowhere near a starting level center when it comes to ability. But what he could sell to the franchise that traded for him and gave him a shot is the potential that he can become something bigger than just a role player. And that's what we all thought. That's why he was a top 10 draft pick, just because most of us felt like he can really do something special. And even when he was with Milwaukee, he had flashes and showed signs of having the ability to play that power forward or center spot, knock down threes at a 36 or above rate, while also being able to lob and catch dunks and finish around the rim. And he showed they can even be free throw shooter as a big man, which gives him even more value, because guys that can protect the rim and space out the floor is what every team wants right now. And Thon, he can't do it perfectly, which nobody really can, but he doesn't have it polished enough to where he can utilize those moves as handling the ball a little bit and being a consistent shooter. He hasn't been able to prove or do that throughout his career. And, when you draft somebody that high, you see his body, you see his touch, you see his defensive upside. You can't really blame the Bucks for trying to go hit a home run on a player that you don't really find. You don't really find that many players of his type in the draft, and that's what made him so unique, and that's why a lot of us thought he could be good. Now, I'm not saying that he's a bust, even though he has proven to be so far, but his career isn't over. And I think when you look at Detroit, they have guys like Christian Wood that could possibly leave too for more money, and that would give Thon even more of an opportunity to soak up those minutes, because you trade all those assets to get a guy like Thon, which wasn't that much. But this is a guy that you should want to get that playing time, even though you don't want to lose. But when you look at their record and you look at the fact that Blake Griffin is gone for the rest of the year, their best player was basically Andre Drummond. He's no longer on his roster. You don't really get anything for him. You might as well try to see what Thon has and give him these last 25 games to just go. And I feel like his numbers have been a little better and his minutes have been increased. And I think that that's how it should be, especially when you don't really have a legitimate big to build around for the future anyway. Why not give it to Thon? I mean, the last 4 games, I believe, he averaged 34, 29, 24, and 27 minutes, and he put up 19, 7, 12, and 18, and he even had a game when he had 12 points and 12 rebounds. And even though his rebounding hasn't been consistent throughout his career, and even though he hasn't been able to play defense consistently or even show that he can score consistently, the only way you're going to know if he does it if you give him those opportunities. And when you look at the fact that Detroit really have nothing to lose because they're playing just to play at this point, because I don't see them making the playoffs, and I don't see them really being able to do anything in the playoffs, even if they did. So you might as well take this opportunity to see what Thon can give you in the NBA action, because that's what the Bucks did. The Bucks had an opportunity to play on minutes, and he looked at like something potentially what we thought he could be. It just they couldn't find minutes as the roster continued to get better. Because once you get a player like Giannis, you want to put the best talent away around him while he's young and while he's going, so that way you can win the title. And that's why the Bucks have been the number one seed in the entire NBA the last 2 years, because John Horst has put enough talent around Giannis and put the right talent around him to give him the shooters in the space he needs to maximize his ability. So Thon ended up getting ate up because Brook Lopez and those guys was getting those minutes, and then he really wanted to play, but he couldn't play because you're going to go with your veterans and the guys that you know can help you win games, because that's what you're trying to do when you have a guy like Giannis Kumpo on your team. So it made perfect sense for a team like Milwaukee to draft him with a young core, and then they seemed him not developing as good as the other players like Middleton. Bledsoe started getting even better defensively, and Giannis turned into a superstar. So I'm like, okay, you got Brook Lopez, you want to re-sign him, you got Ilyasova, you have all these other guys. It makes sense to try to get something off Thon besides letting him walk for nothing, like they did with Jabari Parker and Malcolm Brogdon, but they did do a sign and trade to get something from him. But Thon for Detroit makes sense because they're looking for something new. They're looking for something that can really become something special for them in the future, because without Blake Griffin, this team is really bad. And you can't really even say that now because we don't know what type of Blake Griffin they're going to get, because he's been having knees and now he just had knee surgery for the rest of the season. So when I look at that and realize that Detroit is playing for nothing, they have nothing to gain, because if you go to the playoffs, you're not going to do anything. Just like we seen last year, they got swept by the biggest margin. So you're better off trying to get a top 10 pick and see what you have with your young guys. And you don't want to beat up your veterans, because you can probably trade them for assets depending if they continue to play well. You can trade them in the summertime and flip them for second and first round picks, whatever you can get, even if you have to take a bad contract, because with the health of Blake Griffin, this team is limited because he's owed so much money that they really can only get so good. And the fact that their best player isn't available and they no longer have Andre Drummond and a lot of their other guys are becoming free agents, they're they're and it's unfortunate, but that's the reality of the game. So to me, I think that Thon, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. This is an opportunity for him to prove that he can be a starting caliber center, to prove that he can really knock down that jumper consistently from mid range and from three, prove that he can be some type of potential defensive player because of his length, his size, and his athleticism and mobility. And if he was the guy that he felt like he was asking for a trade to get out of Milwaukee so he can get more playing time, now you're getting what you want. This is the opportunity. This is the chance. They're giving you the minutes. They're letting you play a game. And now it's time for you to go out there and take advantage of it and take control of your career. Because you already made that decision when you wanted to lead the Bucks for more playing time. You have that opportunity now. So don't take it for granted and really try to go out there and play the best basketball that you can. And hopefully you can get a restricted free agent contract, and Detroit can be able to match it anyway. But at least you can get money. At least you know that if you put out your heart and you do whatever you can and play the hardest you can and go out there and play a game, Detroit might fall in love like they did when they traded for you, and they might want to keep you around and make you their starter. And he is a guy that people forget, which I don't know why. The guy's only 22 years old. He won't turn 23 until end of this month. He's a legitimate 7 feet, 221 pounds. Um, that's young. That's potential. That's the perfect body. Even though he needs a little bit more weight if he's going to play center, but you can turn that weight into muscle, not just fat, not just gaining weight just to be strong, but putting on muscle, putting on strength, so that way you can endure an 82 game season and you can still, bang in that post if need be. So we're going to see what Thon decides to do. We're going to see if he steps up. We're going to see if he plays the best basketball of his career, because this is the opportunity that he wanted when he left Milwaukee, and now we're going to see if he take full advantage of it this season. And he has 25 games. That's a lot of games to really show what you can do. That's a lot of games that can really make or break your career. And hopefully Thon takes full advantage of it and really shine. Because you can say the same thing about his teammate Christian Wood. He was in an icky situation in and out of the league, not knowing if he's going to be in the NBA, not knowing if he's going to play overseas. And now he looks like a legitimate NBA player, and I do see him getting paid. So, Thon, this is your chance. This is your shot. This is what you wanted when you asked to get traded from Milwaukee. Take full advantage of it. Play your game. Help out your teammates. Knock down shots. And really try to get in there and rebound and finish the chances that you do get. Because 54% ain't great for a guy of Thon caliber. He should be doing better than that. But I want to see him do this the next 25 games and really see if he can be a legitimate NBA player or at least a legitimate starter in the NBA. And like I said, Detroit losing Blake, losing Andre Drummond, they have nothing to lose playing these young guys a lot of minutes because they're not going to make it to the playoffs. And on top of that, they need something to build around now that their two best players are gone, and one has a serious injury, and the other one you didn't really get a good return back from. So they have to sell something to the team, they have to sell something to the fans, and they have to find a way to find talent to build around the young players they have now and get a brighter future. But Thon is one of those guys that's a unicorn. He can do a lot of things. He just haven't been able to put it together, and he hasn't been able to do it consistently. And a lot of it has to do with his playing time, and a lot of it has to do with his immaturity and his inconsistency on the offensive and defensive and rebounding end. And hopefully he can take care of that this 25 games and really make his career something special, like we all hoped that he could when he got drafted 10th in Milwaukee. He looked like a steal at that point. Now he's looking like a bust. Can he change the narrative of his career? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is he a bust? Will he be able to resurrect his career? Do you think he's just a role player? Do you think he can stay in the league 3 to 5 years after this year? Do you think he should get a contract extension? Do you think he won't get a contract extension? Do you think that they should have never traded for him? Whatever you feel about Thon Maker, I want to hear it in the comment section below. I read every single comment. I love you guys' energy. I just got back from All-Star Weekend, so it was fun. Now it's going back to the grind of working 7 days a week without no fun until vacation time in the spring and summertime. But until then, thanks for people that liked already before they got this far. Thanks for the people that like now. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Also, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. If you want to buy merchandise, I have it on my spread shirt. That will also be in the comment section and in the description below. If you want to buy shirts, hoodies, hats, whatever you need, I got it all for sale in my spread shirt. You can also buy things off my Facebook page because I can mail it to you and ship it to you. All you have to do, I got plenty of designs and plenty of shirts on my Facebook page. All you got to do is tell me what logo, what color, how you want it, and I can get it shipped out to you. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Thanks for liking. Thanks for grinding. And thanks for being here, eating up every single video that I put out. I appreciate the views. I appreciate the love. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm good. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the All-Star Weekend like I did.